Have you ever hit a massive goal? I mean, you lost the weight, you landed that huge client, you finally finished the project, only to find yourself just weeks later sliding right back into the exact same habits you fought so hard to escape? It's beyond frustrating, right? You get the win, you feel that high, and then, almost like clockwork, you're procrastinating again, overspending, or skipping the very routines that got you there in the first place. Listen, the reason for this isn't a lack of discipline. It's not about willpower. It's a biological defense mechanism, and in this explainer, we're going to give you the protocol to turn it off for good. Just let that sink in for a second. The biggest threat to you isn't the competition, it's not the economy, it's not a lack of resources. No, it's an invisible force inside your own mind, a biological drive that is desperately trying to keep your present reality in perfect alignment with your past self-image. Your brain is literally wired for consistency, even if that consistency is keeping you stuck. Today, we're going to break that wire. Okay, here's our game plan. First, we're going to unpack this paradox of why success so often triggers failure. Then we'll get into the core metaphor for this whole thing, your brain's hidden identity thermostat. From there, we get tactical with a 3-part identity calibration protocol. We'll look at the science that makes it work, and finally, I'm going to lay out a 7-day reset plan you can start tonight to change your internal settings for good. All right, let's dive right into the success sabotage paradox. You know, we're taught to believe that a big win is the finish line, that once you get the result, you're somehow fixed. But the reality? It's often the complete opposite. For so many people, a big win is actually the starting pistol for a race right back to where they started. Let's talk about why. I mean, really think about it. You stick to a diet for 3 months, you hit your goal weight, and then suddenly you're ordering pizza 3 nights a week. Or maybe you grind for a year to get a big promotion, and within a month, you're showing up late and putting off key projects. Sound familiar? This isn't a character flaw. It's a predictable pattern. It's that classic post-victory slump where you feel like you've made it, but you've got this overwhelming urge to just relax and go back to how things used to be. And here's the crucial thing you have to understand. We have to reframe this problem. This is not you failing. This is your biology succeeding at its #1 mission, keeping you consistent with who it thinks you are. This whole thing is called a biological snapback. Your brain is basically a homeostatic machine, and it's designed to maintain stability. So when your external reality changes too fast, your internal system sees it as a dangerous error, and it yanks you back to what it knows. To really get this, we need a new way of thinking about it. So forget willpower. Seriously, throw that idea out. I want you to start thinking about your identity as an internal thermostat. This thermostat has a set point, a baseline temperature for how much success, how much health, how much happiness you believe you're worthy of. And this hidden governor, well, it controls everything. Now, this isn't just a cute metaphor, it's grounded in hard science. Homeostasis is the biological principle that keeps your body temperature at 98.6 degrees, that keeps your blood pH level stable, while your mind uses the exact same principle for your identity, or what scientists call your self-schema. It works tirelessly to keep you stable, to keep you functioning at your normal preset level. The problem starts when your definition of normal is 5 years out of date. This right here, this slide just nails the conflict. So imagine your old identity, the one who struggled and wasn't quite there yet, had its thermostat set to a comfortable 65 degrees. That's your baseline. But then, boom, you have this huge win and your new reality is suddenly a blazing 90 degrees. Now, for your conscious mind, this is a victory. But for your subconscious homeostatic system, it's a 5-alarm fire. It's a system error. It registers this dangerous mismatch between your new life and your old self. And that system error, it triggers a very real neurological response. The part of your brain that's like a smoke detector, it spots this mismatch and signals your amygdala, your brain's alarm system. Your brain literally interprets your new success as a danger because you are out of alignment with your own history. This creates a state of success anxiety, and the fastest way for your brain to fix this anxiety is to make you do things that drag you back down to that familiar, comfortable 65 degrees. It's snapping you back to the comfort of the struggle. So, if our internal thermostat is set wrong, how in the world do we change it? Because trying to use willpower is like trying to yell at a thermostat to change the temperature. It's exhausting, and it just doesn't work. We need a new approach. We need a technical protocol to manually get to the control panel and reset the whole system. And that is the Identity Calibration Protocol. This protocol is a 3-part system, and it's designed to create a peace treaty between your new results and your old self-image. We're going to use the ghost belief audit to figure out what's holding us back, the evidence dopamine bridge to build a new identity, and the identity first command to activate it whenever we need it. Let's break down each step. Okay, step 1 is to stop acting and start auditing. The next time you feel that pull to self-sabotage, that urge to slack off after a win, I want you to pause and ask yourself this one question. What is the old version of me trying to protect right now? You have to uncover these hidden, governing beliefs. These are the ghost beliefs. Maybe the old you is afraid that being successful will make your family treat you differently, or that being fit will alienate your friends. Or maybe, just maybe, you're afraid of losing the struggle itself, because the struggle has defined you for so long. When you bring these unconscious fears into the light, you cut their power dramatically. All right, this next step is the engine of the entire protocol. It's called the evidence dopamine bridge. And here, you basically become a scientist of your own identity. Your goal is to perform active self-verification. What does that mean? It means every single day, you have to deliberately find and log 3 pieces of concrete evidence, real data from your day, that prove you are already the new version of yourself. You're actively feeding your brain the data it needs to update its internal map. We're not using affirmations here, we are using hard evidence. Now, this might sound a little bit like positive thinking, but I promise you it's not. This protocol works because of the fundamental way your brain is wired. We're not just trying to feel better here. We are actively rewiring neural pathways. So let's look at the science of why collecting evidence is so incredibly powerful. There's a leading theory in neuroscience called predictive processing. And what it suggests is that your brain's main job isn't to react to what's happening. No, its job is to constantly predict what's about to happen. Its ultimate goal is just to be right. It wants to minimize surprise, or what neuroscientists call prediction error. And a big sudden success, that's a massive prediction error. So your brain, in its effort to be a good predictor, will do anything to reduce that error, including sabotaging your success just to make reality match its old prediction. It wants to lower the chaos, the entropy of the change. This chart just brilliantly illustrates the entire process. Look, when your identity is mismatched from your reality, that's the first bar. The level of surprise for your brain is dangerously high, and that triggers the biological snapback. But by systematically logging identity evidence, you're making the new you familiar. You're making success predictable. And as you can see in that second bar, this lowers the surprise, which in turn lowers the brain's impulse to sabotage. You're simply making your new, higher baseline feel normal. Okay, so we've covered the theory, the paradox, and the science. Now, let's get intensely practical. How do you implement this protocol and start resetting your thermostat tonight? This is your 7-day plan to make your new success actually stick. Now, this is a crucial distinction. If you remember nothing else from this, remember this slide. There is a world of difference between logging what you did and logging who you are. Result evidence, like I ate a salad, is weak, it's temporary. It gives you a tiny hit of dopamine. But identity evidence, that is 10 times more powerful. So instead of I ate a salad, you write, I am the type of person who values my health. Instead of I finished the report, you write, I am a professional finisher. This simple rephrasing shifts the reward from the action to the character, reinforcing the identity, not just the behavior. It's a complete schema update, not just checking a box on your to-do list. Here is your exact plan for the next 7 days. First, every single night, this has to be a non-negotiable ritual. Get a notebook and write down 3 identity wins from your day. And they don't have to be huge. A win could be choosing water over soda. The key is just to find the evidence. Second, as we just covered, you must phrase them as an identity statement. I am the type of person who. This is the most important part of the code you're writing for your brain. And finally, step 3, the identity first command. This is your proactive move. Before you start a difficult task, you're going to preset your identity. Before a tough workout, you don't just start. You state, I am an athlete who finishes strong. Before you open your laptop to write, you state, I am a focused creator. You start the task as that person, not trying to become them. It just primes your brain for the right behavior. So as we start to bring this to a close, the core philosophy is really simple, but it's profound. Your results in life are not determined by your goals or your desires. They are determined by your internal settings. The goal of all this work isn't to hustle harder. It's to make success feel less like a performance and more like your natural state of being. And this isn't just a motivational quote. This is a statement of biological law. Your results will always, always, always gravitate back toward the ceiling of your self-image. You can have a burst of success through sheer effort, sure, but that snapback is inevitable unless you raise the ceiling itself. The real work isn't out there in the world, it's in here, calibrating yourself. So I want to leave you with a challenge, not just an idea. And your challenge is simple. Tonight, before you go to sleep, take out a piece of paper or open a note on your phone. Find just 3 things you did today, no matter how small, that prove you are already becoming the person you want to be. Log your first 3 pieces of identity evidence. Start collecting the data. Start the update. Because ultimately, that's what this is all about. You've worked so hard to generate the heat of success in your life. Now the work is to change the thermostat so your system learns to accept that new higher temperature as its new normal. Change the thermostat and keep the heat.